What's going on? Welcome. Greetings to all. All right. So, here on the behalf of a brilliant perception, I just want to do a little talk real quick about self-care for a better you. We are still doing our podcast on the back end, working out some kinks and some differences because, my man's is all the way Landis is always all the way on the other side of the country, and I'm on this side. So, at first we were in the same location, but we're moving around, so we're still working on that. But today I definitely want to just kind of drop in on y'all with self-care, mental wellness, and I think that's so important. I do have a song out. If you haven't heard it yet, those who enjoy it already know about Quell the Music. If not, know that I am available on YouTube. It'll be available on all platforms soon, but right now for sure it's on YouTube, TikTok, Quell the Music, the same way I spell it here and everywhere else, the same thing everywhere else. Follow me, subscribe. The music is dropping. I got another one coming as well. But Deep End is, the whole project, let's put it this way. The whole project is called Mom. It's a mixtape. It's called Mom. And the whole mixtape, because I'm a deep person anyway, so you got to know it's deeper than that. So Mom is MOM, abbreviated for mind over matter. So the whole mixtape is going to be around self-care, mental health, because I believe in that big, and I know how huge that is and how it can easily go overlooked when it's an underlying thing for a lot of situations people face. So I definitely prioritize self-care and the importance of mental health, right? So you like that, go check out Deep End. Definitely speaking on things like that. Really a vibe. But to get into it today, man, I was talking about some videos I seen, man, some footages. I'll try to put in here if I can. If not, just kind of follow with me. But there was a couple clips I saw, and it's all wrapped around like kind of side effects of not being in a good mental space. So when you think about the gradual deterioration of your muscles from sitting at a workstation and the sluggish spread of junk when you neglect to clean up, around the house or your desk area, these are physical signs of the dangers that the brain underestimates until it's too late and you've gone off in the deep end, right? And then you have a situation like this first clip where a mother is given news that her child is dead. That is not something anyone wants to hear at all, ever. And to get that information, to get that news, man, there's no trained way to prepare for that. I don't care how good of a mental place you're in. There's no way to truly prepare for that. It is always going to be heart-wrenching, and it is always going to be like devastating, nothing less. But what I'm saying is, what happens after? Nobody can tell you how to feel about it, but how you go about it is what's going to be the difference between, one scenario versus another. For example, somebody going crazy and shooting up a place versus somebody who just kind of isolates it themselves and get through it, and cry it out, try to move on and do something better. Because it's the difference between those scenarios is going to be this: prioritizing your self-care beforehand. Mental self-care, wellness, mental health beforehand. Okay? So you have a situation like that. Your mind is not prepared for this kind of information. And especially not in the state that it currently is in. When all you do is work, come home, eat, sleep, work, come home, shower, eat, sleep, play with the kid, work, Then on your off days, like, well, yeah, my off days, that's when I just, I live. No, you don't. If you got 2 days, if you lucky enough to have 2 days back to back off, then guess what? The first day, you probably don't want to do nothing, man. I just want to relax. If you can watch some TV, I pay for Netflix, I pay for all this, internet and all this. I want to enjoy the stuff I'm paying for all this time. So, you know what? I'm just going to lay around, probably eat me a little something, chill. You know what I mean? Chill, play the game, whatever, chill. Talk on the phone, laugh at some reels and videos. Hey, fine. Second day, you probably like, all right, I'm gonna get up second day, you know what I mean? But guess what? You work during the morning or you work that shift where you like working from 9 to 5. This is like it's a time where it's just awkward. It's hard to dental appointments for the kids, doctor's appointments for yourself, etc. It's always usually, somewhere in between that time frame. The doctor's office is closed by 5, and a lot of businesses don't open until about 9 or whatever. So it's like an awkward space where a lot of stuff you want to take care of, errands and stuff. If you're lucky enough to have one of these off days on a weekday, you're gonna run some errands. You're gonna get some things knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to take up a little bit of that day. And then when you have whatever you have left, you kind of just deal with what you have left. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to condemn. I'm not here to decide what's right or wrong. That's not what I'm doing. All I'm here is doing is prioritizing and advising and simply insisting that those who rock with us, that those who are familiar with me, that those that would like to be, prioritize your self care, mental health. Take care of that mental, man. Right? That's all I'm doing. Okay? So, like, say that's what you're doing. Your mind is not prepared for no offbeat mess like a death or, an eviction or like somebody going to jail and like, you got enough going on and your mind just ain't put in a place where it's just ready for that. So that's sort of the deep end that most people are dealing with, and they try to stay away from it and use religion and whatever they can to like stay anchored so they don't drift off into that deep end. And I get it, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous to live like that rather than to deal with and prioritize your mental health. Your mind is not prepared for that when you haven't done the work. And I would even say even closely related to the physical conditions that you're dealing with says that you're not ready for it mentally. What do I mean? This is a big part of why I say in my song, I'm tweaking, trying not to land in the deep end, because you can feel like you're going mentally insane and you try not to go into that area because you're going to lose all sense of well-being for yourself and probably others as well. Like I'm over it. Once you like me, I know once I I hit that point where I was struggling with mental health and wellness and sense of like my temper, man. That temper was Tasmanian devil. Once you hit a certain break past that point, forget all reasoning. Doing some stuff you like, I know he not thinking. He just threw a diaper at the wall, like with doo doo in it. Oh man, yeah, he is bugging out right now. This is not something he would do if he was he's just gone. No more thinking, just out of control. And that's a horrible way to live your life, and it's a horrible way to feel when you know that there's other ways that you could have handled that, but you refer to that because the mental health is being abandoned. And that becomes your deep end. So you're not sure in that deep end if the old version of you awaits that you've worked so hard to stay away from or get away from. which is the old man that's sleeping, or you're not sure if it's there or if it's gone or if it's lying dormant. Is he dead or is he sleeping? Right? So you're like, I'd rather just put myself in a situation where I don't have to even think about it. I don't even know. It's dangerous because it may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but there's going to come a time and point if you don't deal with that mental health, if you don't deal with self and prioritize self properly, it's going to be put to the test. Or you're going to find out a way that you don't want to find out. You're going to bring some hurt to yourself and those you love, and who knows? We don't want it to go too far, right? Physical health problems can be caused by or made worse by poor mental health. So a lot of people focus on fitness. I see a lot of people getting these beach bodies. A lot of people trying to go out here and look like freaking G.I. Joe, freaking action figures or something. And a lot of these women go out here getting these, these Dexter's Laboratory mom bodies. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean from you from my era, you know what I mean. So, and they forget about this. They forget about this. Long as this look good, face look good, teeth look good, skin glowing, muscles, or the woman, you got the bat out, spat out, they forget about this. The most important part, right? And you can see how physical ailments or conditions is a result of this being weak. How so? Heart disease, physical condition. What aligns with that physical condition? A mental condition. Depression. Is it far fetched if a person who is depressed has a heart condition? I'm not saying everybody does, but I'm just saying, would it be crazy? No. What about high blood pressure? Would it be far fetched to say somebody who has a temper, has high blood pressure, who also deals with anxiety? It's not far fetched at all. Is it far fetched to say that somebody who has a compromised immune system, always getting sick, like I said, they can't fight off nothing to save their life, suffers from chronic stress as well? It's not far fetched to say that because they go hand in hand. Can't have one without the other, right? So notice how I was talking about the clips. In the second clip, it was a man. Again, it was just this part. I don't know what the stop was about. I don't know what happened. All we know was there was a grown man breaking down like a baby in the arms of a police officer. He don't know this officer. They don't know each other. It was a traffic situation, stop, or a scenario where a cop had to be there, and he was in a situation, and he broke down and he melted. And I get, like, he had a mental break. It's a breakdown. We walk around with our shoulders pressed up high, and we head up, chin up, especially as men. I can't, nah. I'm not saying go around and be sobbing and crying and vulnerable all the time. Like, there's a time for everything. But I'm just saying, like, we carry so much that sometimes we forget to prioritize self-care. You forget to love on you, to look after you, to make sure you good. You busy worrying about the kids, you busy worrying about the wife, you busy worrying about the husband, you busy worrying about family and job and is everybody good? And you abandon self. You always set the beacon call of everybody but self. You ignore self. I'm saying stop doing that today and start prioritizing self. I'm not telling you to neglect your children, neglect your family, neglect your partner. I'm saying you can better serve them. You can be a better, you are better to your, like, I cannot point this out enough because I know it personally with my kids. I have 7. Okay. You are better to your family, to your kids, to whoever you trying to appease when you are the best version of you. You ever see that person that enjoys their job? They are amazing. You be like, golly, they come in here. Hey, it's a good day, man. How's everybody doing? You got your coffee, man? Good to see you. God is good, man. Hey, man. Hey, you're a champion. Hey, I see you. All right. Yeah. Amazing, right? They're on a different frequency level. They're just on another level. People love it. Like, we got to keep this guy. Protect Tom at all costs. Everybody else, yeah, chopping block cone, we might be get rid of. But Tom is amazing. He's the reason why I come to work, man. That energy is just so contagious. Don't fake it. But these people are genuinely in a happy place. Whatever it is, they come in there and they ready, right? All I'm saying is, that's the space you want to be. That person right there is the best for the job. He's the best to the customer. You're gonna be the best to your kids. You're gonna be the best to your partner when you operate like this. Hmm? When you stressed out, you tired, you burnt out, you're gonna be short-winded with your kids. You love them, but you just like, man, my tolerance is low. I'm aggravated. I need some sleep. It's just overwhelming. Prioritize that mental health. Prioritize self-care. Let your deep end be something that happens. Let it be a good thing. Because deep end is there. You're going to have to go there anyway. The difference is your deep end can be the best thing that happened to you or it can be the worst thing that happened to you. All depends on how you prioritize or neglect the mental health, right? So I say that because you never, like in the song I said, don't be surprised if I lose my decence. Like, oh, he was such a nice guy. I don't know how did he, I never seen him like this. He just blew up and cursed everybody out and body slammed the guy through the table. I don't know. I didn't even know he was that strong. He looks kind of skinny. The whole point here is self-care, prioritizing to be the best that you can be for you first and for everything else that you care about after, because you could end up losing your decence and it's not where you want to be. Trust me. That was a situation where you couldn't have seen it coming. A grown man, you just broke down, and I commend that police officer, for accommodating that man in his time of need. He said, "Come here. You need a hug? Come here. Come here. It's all right. Yeah, I know. I get it. That's crazy. Two grown men. You would think the other officer's like, hey man, watch out, man. Get off of me. You know how some people, man, hey, watch out, man. What you doing? Pause. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. You know, got to deal with this first, people. That's all I'm saying. When it comes down to it, though, a person don't let it come down to you on your last breath. God forbid, but don't let it come down to you ain't you on a breathing machine. You ain't breathing on your own. Don't let it come down to you know uh, uh, you terminally ill now. Don't let it come down to you paralyzed now. Don't let it come down to some kind of life change or some kind of life altering factor for you to realize that what you truly desire is simple and it's right before you each and every day, and you cast it aside for these superficial, false senses of security and well-being. I'm good. Shoot, you talking about straight? And then got that GT. And they got the Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what? Well, I'm good over here, boy. Talking about, man. Ain't talking about well-being mentally. I'm good. You get your medication. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem. A lot of guys just ain't gonna work out, man. You don't deal with the yeah, it's not gonna work out. So if that's what you're cool with, then that's cool. But if you really want change, you want really want to deal with something, I'm telling you, and it's something I do day after day, and I noticed the difference. Honestly, I was gonna keep it to myself. I was gonna keep it to myself, not to be like they say here in Florida, not to be green. In other words, not to be like, dang, how would like dang, that's messed up. You know what I mean? Like that's messed up. Basically, when you say green, like that's messed up. Not to be that way, but I was just like, who cares? Most people busy doing what they do. Nobody want to hear about. It's cool, but I know the difference it's making in my life, and I know how big of a difference. But maybe it's just me. So, hey, it's working for me. I'm just doing it for me. But I'm glad I'm sharing it with people, man. Because if I can help somebody the way it helped me, man, the way my mentors, the way Lou Trice, the way the late Jim Rome, past 2009, the way Les Brown, the way, uh, Brian Tracy, the way Anderson and James Clear and MJ, um, you know, the way all these people helped me, man. T. Harv Eckert, Kevin Trudeau. I knew I wanted something different, but these people helped guide me in a way that they already experienced, and they were. And man, I'm trying to tell you, each one teach one, each one reach one is a true thing, and I'm just doing my part too. All right, so mental health awareness, self care. Take care of this first. Don't let you get down bad before you realize it ain't about the chains. It ain't about jewelry and money and cars and making everybody go, oh, who got out of there? That's you. I know you. You went to my school. Oh man, that's crazy. He's rich now. Whoa. People just get obsessed with praise to the point where they'll pretend to try and feel like somebody. When really, instead of all that attention for their jewelry, and instead of all those women dancing on them in a club or a strip club, all they really want is a hug. Hmm? That's all he really wants. It's a hug, right? When it comes down to it, it's really simple. Hmm? We make it complicated. A hug go a long way. A hug can stop somebody from doing something crazy. Like it go a long way. Some simple things. That's all we really want. We we try to put it in these complicated paths. Like, oh, I'm trying to secure my family. I gotta go get the bag. I gotta have that. No, all you want is a sense of security, a genuine sense of security. Do you necessarily have to have a $80 million mansion? No. Do you have to have $1 million car, Bugatti? No. Do you have to have a $300,000 chain? No. You're making it more complicated than it is. Prioritize self care. You do all these things because you really just want to be without pain. So you try to say, if I get monetary gain, I can secure myself and the ones I love and the things I care about, and then I could be without pain. If I get lit, drink this drink till I can't feel no more, I could be without pain. It's really simple. It ain't about getting high. It ain't about having all the most expensive things. It's about these simple things: a hug, being pain free, freely walking down the street, going where you want to go, living where you want to live, eat what you want to eat, love who you want to love. It's that simple, but we take those simple basics and we turn into the super complicated thing that we never achieve because we're going about it all wrong. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying there's a way to achieve certain things. There's principles to it. For example, if I go around slapping people randomly and my goal is to get slapped back, I might get more than I asked for 9 times out of 10, right? That's a perfect way to achieve getting slapped back or knocked out. Some people aren't going to do it, but you keep it up. 9 times out of 10 is a perfect way, very quickly, to F around and find out, right? Something I like that Mark Victor Hansen said. He said, the tragedy of life is not that it ends too soon, but that we wait so long to begin it. How many were born 0 years on your plate and didn't feel like you started living, if you even got that chance, that you got to that chance, yeah, but didn't feel like you started living till way later in life, if you even doing it now. Now you might be thinking about still trying to live rather than just exist. We wait too long to live. We sit on our hands and we put it aside. Oh yeah, yeah, I was recently, I just graduated college to, just to specialize and be professional sound engineer and producer, and learn the terms of I just wanted that under my belt. It wasn't, I'm not saying that's necessary to do anything. It's not. I've gotten opportunities long before it, and I didn't even know what the heck I was doing most of the time, in the sense of engineering. But I always had the music and the ideas, and but I that was something I wanted to prove to myself, and I use that also as a statement for my kids. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you, go live your dreams, stay away from this, do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm doing it. Because what kids do, they respect that their parents want the best for them. They respect that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mom just want the best. My dad just want the best for me. But what they follow 9 times out of 10 is going to be looking like, you have those, nothing's absolute. So you have those that don't have a good example in front of them. Like, you know what? I don't want to be that way. I want to be better. I'm an example of that as far as my father goes. But then you have some that are like, well, shoot, you know, telling me to follow my dreams. You follow yours. Why do I have to go do all the difficult stuff? You didn't do it. You kicking back. You gave up. You just chilling. Why I gotta go do all the hard stuff? Why I gotta go stick it through, man? Why are you putting all that on me? I come from you. I want to chill too. So a lot of times, just to kill that, it's like, listen, I lead by example. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to follow your dream and do all the hard stuff while I'm completely giving up on life. I'm doing it too, walking the walk, talking the talk at the same time, right? So stop waiting so long to live life, and you still alive. I don't care if you 55. I don't care if you face 62, 78, bro. Listen, you breathing. You remember your name. You know how to wipe yourself and go to the bathroom on your own, and the basics. You still living. I mean, you still existing. You still got a time to live. Live. Starting now. Just decide within yourself that I'm going to live, bro. I'm going to live the kind of life I want to live. Not the one that's handed to me, not the one that's presented to me, but the one that resonates with me. Beautiful words by Mark. I'm here all organized like a little anchor, you know what I'm saying? That ADD ain't no joke. I got to stay on task, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I don't let stuff like that hang over me. and be an I don't have any excuses for you. Yeah, yeah, I don't have any. So here I am, right? Because it's either you're doing it or you're not. I remember I was not promoting any of this children stay out of jail, but I was locked up, and I remember a guy in there said he was hit by he was recovering. He was hit by a 16 wheeler, and yeah, he was supposed to be dead. He had to get so many surgeries and to pull him back together. He couldn't walk for quite some time, and that man was in there freaking literally like doing crazy workouts. He was strong. He was working out every day, and he was in there just because I think he was in like martial arts or something like that, and someone tried to rob him. Two guys tried to rob him, and he went into combat with him, and ended up striking one the wrong way and killed one of them. And he was in prison for that. It was manslaughter. It wasn't on purpose. So he did some time, even though he was defending himself. And then he was on his way from prison, getting ready to get out. So they take him down to county, and then eventually they get released from county. But anyways, something he said that was very important and stuck with me is like, there is no in between. There is no almost. You're either doing it or you're not. It's like, I don't get people that say, yeah, I'm about to, it's like either you're doing it or you're not. Either you him or you're not. You know, which one is it? They ain't both. So I don't have any excuses. I'm him. I'm here. I'm just doing it. We'll figure it out along the way. Videos will get better along the way. We'll figure it out. But first thing first, I got to show up. And I'm here. I practice self-care. I practice what I talk about. I prioritize self-care. I'm now at the point where I started out with 5 minutes of meditation. 5 minutes, yeah, 5 minutes of meditation. Because I figure like I'd rather do 5 minutes every day than to do an hour, 30 minutes today and then get poofed out from that and not do it again until 3 months later. I've learned that I ain't gonna get into that, but I've learned basically that progress over perfection. It's gonna be another one of my mixtapes. Pop. First one is Mom. Second one is Pop. But it's progress over perfection. I had ADHD is one of those things you struggle with is perfectionism. Like it's always I gotta be perfect. The camera lighting gotta be perfect. The time gotta be perfect. No. We ain't gonna record this week because I want to make sure I want to wear a different outfit. I want to, I want to put. It ain't gonna never be perfect, bro. Just go. So I say, it's just progress. I'm just gonna show up, and we'll deal with the rest later. But I practice self-care, meditation. I started with 5 minutes, then I moved to, 10 minutes, then I moved to 20 minutes. I'm at 20 minutes now. Every rising, 20 minutes. Take no thought. I sit and I clear my mind and I breathe. That's self-care. It's very important. Shut off the thinking, be quiet, and just breathe. Counseling. I receive counsel every single day through books. I've been in therapy. I had an actual therapist. I recommend that to anybody who, I recommend it to anybody, period. Like just talking to a professional or someone who is very gifted at listening and being non-judgmental and quite, uh, you know, productive with their advice. I advise that to anybody because it's so important to have counsel. You don't know everything, nor should you desire to know everything that would defeat other people. Like we are meant to live this life together. So what I lack, I find somebody who who's strong at it, who has a lot of it. We accommodate one another. You see what I'm saying? We teach one another. Same thing with relationships, etc. But meditation, counseling, um, eating, that's all part of self-care. It's all a part of taking care of this. Eating right. Newsflash, guys, this affects you deeply. Let's start with the sugars. Now, I don't even gonna talk about me. The sugars, what I struggle. Tear my skin up, have you with spots and acne and freaking pigmentation here and there, and freaking dehydration. I mean, them sugars do a lot to you. But you get what I'm saying? It's just a matter of dealing with those different kinds of things properly, taking care of this, right? And eating is one way that you do that. You eat right, eat clean. It starts to help the body function in a way that can connect with the mental and everything's flowing. But if you eating terrible, you ain't getting no counsel, you don't never take time out to deal with self or go within self. You got a situation where now that's conflicting with the natural way of the body. It's like blood clots. The blood can't flow through properly. And when the blood can't flow through properly, it's going to back up and it's going to cause that chain reaction to the rest of the body, and you're going to have some problems. Strokes, heart attacks, respiratory failures. It's not a game. And it's the same thing that's happening mentally, right? I didn't become I didn't become vegan, or I didn't become um, you know, plant life because of the animals. I'll be honest. No, it wasn't for the animals. I didn't do that for the animals. I did that more so because me. I knew the effects of the foods I was eating, the mucus that was building up, and how I was feeling. Constantly having these migraines, constantly dehydrated, constantly deficient, constantly, and it's like, God, like, what's going on? Since I was in middle school, I was dealing with. Since I was in middle school, I was dealing with that kind of stuff, dealing with the headaches, dealing with the migraines, going to the hospital. They could never find out what was wrong ever. They do tests. Thank God there was no tumors and no cancers, but it was just like, I don't know. But my whole body was freaking shut down. I can't see. My vision blurred. It was horrible. But I said, man, I'm tired of this. Scared to go hard with working out. Scared to play hard when I'm playing basketball because I don't know what's causing it. But I know that it seems to happen after certain things. If I go too hard, if I'm doing this, so I figured it was related to it. It's a nightmare to be limited when you're like, man, I want to go as hard as I can go in everything that I do, but I'm being contained. So I said, you know what? I want a better quality of life. So I had to get a different mindset. Before I even started eating better to contribute to my mental, I had to have the willpower within me with whatever I had already to say, you know what, I want a better quality of life. I can't guarantee how long I'll be here, but what I can control is the quality while I'm here. Good mental health contributes to a higher quality of life. Hmm? It does. It enables people to enjoy their daily activities. You want to get out and swim at the pool. You want to go out for jogs and play basketball and work out at the gym, or run around with the kids. Mental health contributes to you being able to do so. Hmm? To have it in you to even want to, like, to feel like it. What's the point of having all these things that you can do, all these options, if you don't feel like it. You got $1 million, you can go anywhere. You got, let's say, $40 million, you can go anywhere in the world. You could be anywhere in the world, but you don't, because you don't feel like it. I don't feel like going on any plane, dealing with these people, man. I don't feel like paying $30,000 to $40,000 for a private jet to get there faster. I don't feel like even getting jet lag. I don't feel like sitting on a plane for 14, 22 hours, man. I don't feel like that's this. Hmm? Dealing with mental health helps form healthy relationships. Long as you messed up here, you can find some of the sweetest people in the world, some of the greatest people in the world. It's not gonna make no difference because it's you. You're gonna find a way to mess that up. You're gonna find a way to blow something out of proportion. You're not dealing with self, right? Um, dealing with mental health, prioritizing self care is a great way to cope with challenges and stresses of life. Life is gonna come at you. Life is life. Life be lifing, and life gonna keep lifing. But how do you deal with life? By dealing with self. And that's how you choose the kind of quality of life you have. Your relationships, your challenges, your daily activities, your freedom, your fitness. That's the quality of life. That's wealth. Real wealth is friends, family, fitness, relationship, and freedom. You don't have those things, don't care how much money, jewelry, influence you have. If you don't have all those things, those three, the three F's. You get that from MJ DeMarco. The three F's: family, fitness, freedom, and fitness slash health. You know what I mean? That's wealth. You can't have one or two of them and have it. You got to have all those things. But you have all those things, you always have wealth. It is not measured by the money like they tell you on TV. Okay? This right here, man. Also, a huge part of prioritizing the self care is self respect. When this together, you have self respect. You have to keep demanding it of everybody else. Respect me, respect me. Oh, I'm gonna make them respect me. I'm gonna load up this and glizzy, and I'm gonna go on out here and start street sweeping. Then they gonna respect. No, they fear you. They don't respect. That's not how you get respect. That's sure you want to have them fear you, sure, by all means. But by definition, that is not how you get respect. That's not respect. You want respect from others, you show it to yourself first. That is the only way that works. I know personally. Those who have been feeling like you've been getting disrespected by those who should know respect, that should know to respect you. Be like, hey, yo, you know me. This is your girl being disrespectful to you. This is your man being disrespectful to you. This is your kids being disrespectful. Yo, people that you feel like, yo, you should know the respect. Like, you know who, you know me. What we doing? Hmm? Random people disrespecting. It's like everybody lining up to be disrespectful now. Hmm? And it's not anything other than the fact that you lack respect for yourself. Nah, no, no, I ain't with you on that, Quill. Now you talking crazy. I got nothing but the utmost. I got the most respect for myself. No, you don't. You know what that means to really have that kind of, because this wouldn't be happening. That's why I said I don't need to know who you are. All I got to do is know the results. I got to look at all I got to do is look at the results, and I can tell you because it's principles, it's laws. It ain't got nothing to do with the respect of the person. There's no respect of these laws. Have no respect of no respect of persons. It's not, these laws aren't going to be good to you and not good to the next person. An evil person can be rich just as much as a pure person can be rich. There's no respect of persons when it comes to dealing with these universal laws. That's how I know. If you're dealing with disrespect and it's in your relationship and it's with people and you that should know, like, I gave you no reason, as far as I know, to feel like I'm the type of person you want to sit here and disrespect, like ain't no consequence, or I'm just like somebody you know what I mean? like you could play with. How they find it in them to disrespect? It's because you have lost respect for yourself. And it is bleeding out into the world, and now it's reflecting in the people and the things and the events around you, reflecting in disrespect. Stop neglecting this. Hmm? You've been lacking pride. You've been lacking confidence in yourself. And as long as you lacking those things, it's hard to have respect for yourself, and it's hard for other people to respect you as a consequence. Oh, well, wait, you stuck. I said pride. Let me back it up. I said pride. I hear the saints now. Yeah. Oh, pride. Oh, you need to be preaching pride. This is of the devil. Didn't J. Cole say it? Pride is the devil. It's a misnomer, folks. What words you really know only got one meaning? I don't know too many. I'm talking about pride that we should be glad to have. I'm talking about Proverbs 16. See, I grew up in the church. I know church. You don't gotta be no saint and you gotta be saved, but that's just the way I grew up. So I build a lot of the things I do off of what I know. And then what I don't know, I find out and I go forward. But see, you can find this in the Torah, you can find this in the Quran, you can find this in whatever, because it's all the same thing, man. It's all the same thing. So what I know is Proverbs 16. And it says, pride goeth before destruction. They say, exactly, young man, pride. You get prideful, and what follows is destruction. It didn't say pride follow destruction or destruction follow pride. It says pride goeth. It's exactly right. Let me help you out. Once your pride is gone, it goeth. The only thing that follows is destruction. Meaning you need pride. Because once the pride is gone, you're destroyed. Your life is destroyed. There is no more. Hmm? Oh man, that's all you twisting it and making it into something that it ain't say. It clearly says. Let's pay attention, folks. I'm gonna break it. Pride goeth before destruction. The pride's gone because it's going. If I tell you to go, like, hey, go. That means you're gone. You're out of the way. You're out of there. So once it's gone, it goes before destruction. Stay with me. So what is the pride that I speak of? Because the argue seem to always be here with the word itself, like it's only got one use, right? Well, when I speak of it, I'm speaking of the noble self-esteem springing from a consciousness of self-worth. Noble self-esteem, not God esteemed, but self-esteem springing from a consciousness of self-worth, not family esteemed, not job esteemed, not money esteemed, but self-esteem. And when I said God, I meant like you talking about Lord Jesus or something like that. No, you, your esteem, how you feel about you, right? So again, a noble self-esteem springing from a consciousness of self-worth, self-worth, self-worth. How is this a bad thing? Talk to me. The sort of self-esteem that says I'm above everything that can dishonor my reputation. That's pride. And they shame you for, prideful. Look at him. Look at him. God got the last say. So ain't nothing wrong with having a mind, getting to the point where you have a mental stability and you have that a level of mind where you can say, you know what, I've dealt with my wrongs. I've went within myself. I've dealt with me. I've corrected some things. I'm not the same person as when I made those mistakes. I'm not the same person as when I made those choices. And I've reached the point where this is how I feel about myself. I'm above everything that can dishonor my reputation. You can say what you want to say, go off of what you knew, but me now, I'm above anything that dishonors my reputation. That's pride. And when that is gone, you're destroyed. When you allow people to take that away from you, you are destroyed. Because now anything somebody say, you're fighting for your reputation. You're fighting for your reputation. Because the pride has been stripped from you. Nothing but destruction follows. That nothing but you losing your opportunities and losing out on money and losing out on everything that you was working so hard for. But it's all it's going to be destroyed because your pride has been ripped from you. You deal with this. No one can ever rip pride from you again. You've been lacking confidence. How you get that self-respect? You get that. You have that pride, and you also got to have that confidence. You've been lacking confidence. You've been walking around not trusting nor relying on the facts of the Most High universal laws. Hmm? What's beneficial, what's non-beneficial, you know. Hmm? What's right, what's wrong, you know. Nobody got to teach you that. What's lawful, unlawful, you know. Nobody has to teach you that. Right? From this knowing comes that self-worth. But yet you've been walking around with no confidence. Hmm. Lacking the confidence. Like you need some kind of, you know, I'm talking to you. Those who, vibe with me, that vibe with me, I appreciate you. But I'm not stopping because somebody may say, well, this ain't your place to even talk about this stuff. You don't know me. You don't know what my place is until I decide what my place is. And if I decide my place is here, then guess what? It is my place. Because I took it upon myself to make it my place. I made it my place before I made a video. I made it my place before I opened my mouth and even came out to you. You couldn't stop me. You didn't know I was doing it. You didn't know I spent years since 2018. You didn't know I've been working on personal development and speaking. And you didn't know I had public speaking classes and learned on how to. You don't know what I do. You don't know. You only know what I allow you to know if I let you know, or if you know, you know. So you always decide. Don't let nobody tell you what you know. Yeah, you decide, right? Confidence. You got to be confident. Ain't nothing wrong with being confident. Start looking at confidence like it's some kind of sin or it's some kind of evil thing. Stop that. Okay? Be confident. You know what I'm saying? You've been lacking that. Walking around unsure or whether you could be what you desire to be, whether you can do what you desire to do, whether you can have the kind of things that you desire to have in your heart based on the facts of circumstances today. Because you got people constantly reminding you, well, yeah, you say, yeah, you say you want to be a rapper, but let's look at some circumstances today. What are the chances? You might want to just go ahead and start a label and let the little young bulls handle it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't old, but it like, you know what I'm saying? It more so for 18, 20, let the young bulls handle it. You get what I'm saying? Leave that to them. Says who? Last time I checked, most people's favorite rappers are well over 18 and 20. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, they started at 18 and 20 though. They've been in the game, so it's like we get it. Like they already in there now. No, what that mean? If it's about the age, then J. Cole don't need to be rapping. Kanye don't need to be rapping. Drake don't need to be rapping. Future don't need to be singing rapping. None of them need to be. They all need to sit down then. How about that? But no, that's not the case. You out there at the concert talking about some sing it, Future. Ain't nobody talking about that. Stop it. Stop letting people deflect your confidence, man. Stop it. I had to learn that. I had a guy who had the nerve. Both of us incarcerated, and he had to be. I want to say I'm guessing. He looked like Lil Boosie, but he looked like he could have been like 40 something. Maybe almost 50 or not 50. You know what I'm saying? And we call him Boosie in there because he looks just like Boosie. I'm in the wreck. I'm on wreck, and I'm writing. I don't be messing with nobody. I'm just writing. I'm just going at it because I know like I'm getting out of here, and I want to put somewhere. I want to hit the ground running. He like, hey man, what you doing? Say, I'm just writing a song. A song? What you rap? I'm like, yeah. How old you is? I'm like, at the time I was like, what, 30, 30, 31, something like that. He like, you you ain't you too old to be you a little old to be rapping, man. So if I didn't have no confidence, man, look, my pride would have been stripped from me, and my whole dream would have been destroyed. Pride goeth before the destruction. It would have been ripped from me. You gotta have it here, and part of that's gonna be confidence. Okay, Psalms 118. What it say? It's better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Again, I'm not preaching nobody. I'm not taking nobody to church, but I'm making my point here because it's something you can. The Bible's popular and it's easily found. Apps all over the place, so you can easily get the stuff and kind of see what I'm talking about here. But my whole point is, we hear that and we start thinking about everything outside of ourselves. Yeah, that's right. I don't put my confidence in man. I put my confidence in God. I don't put my confidence in the president and judges and friends and family and people, because people let you down every time. Aren't you people? You talking about who you don't trust? Aren't you a man? One man or a man? You are you. This go for you too. So you can't even put your confidence in yourself. I know. You're right. I don't. I put all my trust in the Lord. Okay. Good. But you fail to recall that you're not just a man. You're not just man. You're having a human experience. Experience. When you go to Universal Studios, when you go to a different country, when you go to places like this, you're having an experience. You're not from there. You're there on an adventure, meaning it is not your home. It is not you just visiting. You just having an experience, right? So, likewise, this goes the same thing. Same thing here. When it says trust in the Lord, you're not just man. See, there's two sides to you. There's a dual here. Your flesh and spirit. Would we agree? Flesh and spirit. Two sides. Two sides of the brain is like divided physically. Left side, right side. Saying don't put your confidence in your logics. The left side of the brain, the man side, the flesh side, the human side. The Lord is the right side, the spiritual, the creative. Put all your trust in the intuition, the gut feelings, the spiritual aspect. You see, that's Lord. Because what is Lord? You are Lord and you are man. You are Lord having a man experience, a human experience. I ain't come here for that, but I'm making a point because it goes back to this right here, mental, right? What is Lord? Lord means master. What does master mean? Master, it means Lord, Master, Director, Owner. Am I lying? The head. If you're a Christian and or you believe in the word and all that, what have you, and it's sitting there and it's telling you the man is the head, not the tail. It's I don't know what other way to put this. The man is the head. The man is the director. The man is the master. The man is the Lord. For those who own houses, why are you called a home owner? Why not a home possessor? Why not a just a tenant? But you own the home, so you're considered a home owner. Hmm? Because it's yours. You can do what you want to do with your house. You own it. Nobody, you want to change the curtains, you want to paint it, you want to, well, it's yours. It's your space. It's your set aside space, allotted space to do what you want. You have paid the price. It is yours. It's your home. You have the authority over your house. You are Lord over your home, your house, your house, your temple. The body is a, come on, folks. We can't start getting all picky and choosy with words. We want to use, hey, you know what I'm saying? What we doing? Get picky and choosy. Want it to mean this and then mean that? No, no, it means what it means, and that's it. You know, no. Okay, you're not Lord over me. You're Lord over your own experience. You're not. I'm not Lord over you. I'm not Lord over my woman. I'm not Lord over my children. I'm not Lord over nobody else but my own experience. Hmm? Man over man, he made not Lord. Hmm? You see. So once that realization has been obtained, we have lordship over the images of our mind, and we can turn them this way and that way as we please. You have mental stability. You have fulfilled the prioritizing of self care. Hmm? Please believe me. See, the Lord in you will never lead you wrong. That right side of the brain, that spiritual atmosphere, that intuition, I had it one day. I'm not going to get deep into the story, but the point is, I had it one day and it saved my life. I am convinced. I had it was so strong it made me nauseous. I was sick to my stomach. I never felt that way. It was a dead body in front of me. It was just queasy. I was queasy. I couldn't fight it. It was heavy. It came out of nowhere. And it stopped me from going to a club that I was going to that night. And that very same night, a good friend of mine was killed while fighting with some what you would call ops at the club. They started shooting because they was outnumbered. So they started shooting. He got hit with a straight. No doubt I would have been out there fighting too because we was all together. And the way I felt makes me feel like it stopped me from going because like how bad I felt that like, geez, well, what if I would have went? That probably would have been me. I don't know for sure that it would or that it wouldn't, but all I know was it's what a coincidence, which I don't believe in. that it was so daunting that I didn't go. And that happened. You see, that's the Lord in you. Never steer you wrong. Under that leadership, you can regain your confidence, you can regain your pride, you can have your self respect, and therefore you can gain mental stability and health. Make that your priority. We have to learn to grow through this self care, this mental wellness. Hmm? You got to start looking after your mental wellness. That's how you grow as a person. Man, I love growth. Taking time for yourself leads to greater self awareness. It leads to improved relationships, leads to overall life satisfaction. The ancient textbook of Thomas says, whoever has self knowledge, the world cannot contain them. When you are aware of yourself, no one can keep you in a box ever again. No one could you see what I'm saying? No one could trap you or make you feel trapped. No one could make you feel powerless ever again. Once you discover true self, and to do that, you got to take care of self. You got to tend to self. You got to look out for self. You will no longer be held by the conditions. You will no longer be held back by circumstances. You won't be held back by things, people, or events going on outside of you. None of that will no longer hinder you. That's why we call that a sound mind. Will be unwavering. No matter what's going on, it's steady while everything else still going on. Hmm? I want everyone to share their self-esteem routines. I want everybody to share, because maybe you can help somebody in the comments, somebody down below in the video. Help people. Let's help each other. Build a community where we help each other, man. Mental health is important. So anybody that have a self-care routine that you can share, anybody who has any growth stories, put that down below as well in the comment section. Let's build a community where it's a safe space to lift one another up and encourage mental wellness. It's super important, bro. And if you hear about mental wellness and be like, yeah, you're suffering badly from it, okay? For not being well mentally. And it's not just because you're not doing what I say. I'm just saying, like, and if you look at the topic as something not to be talked about or not important, you clearly are suffering from it. It is super important. That's the reason I'm having a conversation. It's going overlooked, and it is completely like the most important thing, right? Authenticity and self-care. Great way to stabilize your mind. Get your to show yourself that self-care, that love. Be you. Keep it you. You know, when I rap and I be, writing my lyrics in the phone, sometimes it be correcting me when I say chew and CHU. Well, I've been talking down here in Florida, like, for the longest, what you mean? You know what I mean? Like, like that's the talk. That's the lingo. So sometimes you got a situation where, like, you know, you got a situation where it's like it's correcting me and it's saying you, and I'm like, no, but you. This, like, I ain't writing no book or nothing right now. I'm writing lyrics. This is just for me to read. Even when I put my lyrics up, I'll put the regular words, but just for me to remember as I rap it, when I come back to it, I remember you. So I keep it me, keep it you. Be authentic, man. Be yourself. I heard people say, "Well, I take too long to get to the point." They be like, "Oh yeah, it look like it's gonna rain over there where you at." I be like, "Yeah, you know what, man? It's crazy because see, earlier I was out here, I was sweat buckets, man, and I was like, it's hot out here." I took my jacket off, and it looked like it was a perfectly good day. As I said, they be like, and then I finally get around to it, and they be like, I be like, yeah, so yeah, it looked like it's gonna rain. It probably gonna rain in about another 30 minutes or so. You couldn't just say that about, like, why you couldn't just say that? That's all I wanted to know. So, well, you could have Googled that. You want your answer in 0.0003 seconds? Call Google. Search Google. It's Googleable, as Mansa say. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know you finna get a Jesus parable when you talk to me, because that's just a part of who I am. I'm not trying to give people a hard time or make nothing. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, I get it. I get it. I get it. But that's a part of being authentic. That's who me. I know that's a huge part of me. And I really enjoy building bridges to a point. I want you to get more than you asked for in a good way. You know what I mean? And the reason that I mentioned that is some suggested that I change that. Oh, well, you probably should change that. You don't even think about changing that. You know, that, what, you know, why, you know, that might be something you need to work on. And I'm like, yeah. I said, well, what if your fans don't like it? You know, your followers, your fans, what if people don't like it? You're taking too long to get to the point in your songs. You're taking too long to get to the point in your lives. Like, people don't want to be sitting there. Like, listen, before you even click on this thing, before you even join a live, before you even get up on my video, you know that month say 2 hours. You already know what time it is. You see the podcast, you know that thing say an hour, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying for that. You want some a 30-second reel, go to the shorts, go over, you know, go to the shorts, go to IG, go to the Facebook reels, go on the reels. But on the long form videos, this is long form. And that's just me, man. That's cool. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you don't mess with me, you don't rock with me like that, then you know, I feel like this us cooling. I feel like this me and my people just chilling, connecting. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just me and my people connecting. So you don't connect with me like that, I get it. But I'm gonna be me. I know the difference between some things I need to work on and things that are just a huge part of just who I am. You know what I mean? Know that. That's what I'm telling you. That's a good part of mental stability and wealth, mental health, and wellness. Um, Everything is not for everyone. I get that. I respect that. I love that. Don't drive yourself off into the sort of deep end that you don't want to be in because you're trying to appease to everybody. That will drive you completely nuts, man. There's too many people in this world with everybody got their own way of viewing stuff. Even when they view things the same, they still view it differently. So, drive yourself crazy trying to appease everybody, man. Just be you. And whoever good with that, I'm good with that. Give me my faithful 100, my faithful 100,000, my faithful 10,000, whatever, bro. I'd rather that any day over millions of fans who I have to go put on this character and, you know, pretend to be because it pays well. But I'm doing this night after night after night after night after night for years after years after year. Oh my goodness, bro. It's slavery. I'm a free. I'm about free. I'm about free. I'm not finna be no slave for nobody that I'm aware of. I'm not willingly being no slave. So for me, it's like, you know what? It's so much, it's effortless to just be me. And then I build a fan base off of me. I build super fans and followings off of me being myself, bro. That's no work at all. I wake up being me every day. That's no work at all. That's the life. You see what I'm saying? And not saying I'm trying to avoid any kind of work. Like, I like putting work in, but not on something that, like, this is the way, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, you get what I'm saying. So, I say stay away from trends. Stay away from trends, especially if you're an artist, especially you're a content creator. Man, stay away from trends, man. Like, I get it. People be trying to get their bag and all that, but bro, you know, it's gonna get your bag in the short run, but in the long run, boy, that's gonna come back to put some lacerations across your back, because it's gonna feel like a job. You didn't do this to just go from working for somebody else to come working for yourself and being your own slave. The whole point is to get away from being slave. So stop following trends. Stop trying to keep up with lifestyles of everybody else or how people think you should be living according to who's successful and who's not, according to the age bracket of who. Man, forget all that. Forget all of that. Forget all the mindsets that don't resonate personally with you. All right, you don't have to be disrespectful to them, but I'm not adhering to it. That's not my, you know what I'm saying? That's not my people. That's not my crowd. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Find what truly works for each of you. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Find what works for you. And do that to the best of you. You're going to be the best one doing what nobody else want to do. I'm going to be the best at it. Because that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I stay true to myself in both personal and in my personal life and music. And it makes both of them easy. Because I don't have to be like, all right, let me transition from my personal life and jump into doing some music and then turn into a whole different person. If you do that, fine, but I don't do that because I find that the way that you think, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the way that you think is the same way that you act, the same way that you feel. It all bleeds into everything else. And when that's the case, you're dealing with a situation where now I have to put on this act or put on this show when I go do my music, and then I can go back to my personal life and relax a little. It's like, no, I'm just living. I ain't have to switch it up. I'm just living. I'm being myself every way. So I promote being original as a key element of self-care. Huge part of self-care. Like, be good. Just a huge way to be true to you is being yourself. And that's a good, stable mind, because it's easy to be you. You already there. Staying true to yourself. I stay true to myself in my personal life, and that actually helped me with my music. And as a music lover, it's so easy to get caught up in trendy sounds of today and catchy tunes, and then I create music too. So before I know it, I might be creating a song that sounds like something I heard briefly, but didn't realize, you know what I mean? And then that's why I like making my own beats too, because I rock with other producers, man. Shoot, I shout them out now. I rock with Way Too Lost. I love Way Too Lost beats. Who else we got, man? Freaking Buck Roll. Buck Roll, I rock with some Buck Roll. Like, I like people that bring out sides of me that make me get even more creative. I love that. But I know that I'm going to do that for me every time. But trust me, I still buy other people's beats, still fellowship with other people. But I'm just saying, when I do my music, one of the ways that I bring out my creativity authentically is I make my own beats, because I'm on my own. I'm already there. I'm already what I'm on. I'm on what I'm on. I'm me. Right? So that helps me stay away from catchy tunes that all other beat makers making, because it's everybody on D-Lo beats now. Everybody on this now, because everybody making these Florida trap beats now, because that's what's popping now. But it's like, I'm from here, but I'm not on that. That's not me. So if I'm just going out here buying beats that's trendy and catchy and toony and fun, I'm just too much work, unnecessary work, right? But I'm in it for the art. I'm in this for the art. Art is timeless. So am I, bro. So am I. So the soul in me, the Lord of me, is timeless, right? And I'm on that. That's what I'm on. So I speak in my songs the way that I speak. If me and you were just having a conversation, like Kanye say, I'm on TV speaking like it's just you and me. That's how I am. You know what I mean? And it's effortless to keep that going, because that is who I am naturally. I don't have to put on a show. So the gloom and the depression, the depression of the lesser existence you're experiencing, if you're experiencing that, it represents the agony of the spiritual soul unable to express itself because it's accepted the limitations and the illusions of the human environment. Meaning the gloom or the sadness or the powerlessness you feel that you may be having in your life is a mental effect of you viewing the world mentally as an existence where you're experiencing the agony of what must be done, responsibilities, and you're unable to express yourself because you've accepted the limitations and the illusions of the human environment, of what's going on around you, right? So I'm here saying prioritize self-care, promote love and peace within yourself, to yourself, looking after yourself. Doing this mentally is to experience love, is to experience peace. Because, we take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to spread love and create peaceful environments around us, right? So, I take care of me mentally, then I'm gonna start to perceive and see the world as I view it, or as I think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if I perceive the world through love and peace, that's because that's what I find in myself. I'm at peace with myself. I love me. And when I take care of me in this way mentally, I'm better equipped to spread love to you. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking out for me like that, I'm better equipped to show you love like that. You get what I'm saying? When I'm at peace with me, now I'm in a better place to be peaceful to my partner, to be peaceful with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a better position to be loving and peaceful to friends and family. You know what I'm saying? When I'm that way with myself. You feel me? So I say all that to say that because when we take care of ourselves, we put ourselves in the best position to keep looking after and fending for and taking care of those we care about, that we do it for, that we go hard for. Start taking care and prioritizing your mental wellness first. That'll be better for your kid. That'll be better for everybody you want to help. Help you first so you can better help them. I know how to create peaceful environments around me when I learn how to find that peace within me. So I don't have to rely on the peace of others for me to have peace. Like, I used to be like, so okay, I'm good as long as you good. You good? Yeah, I hear people say, you good, we good. It's like deciding, like, if you want to act up, then I'm going to have to act up. It's like, do I want to do that? No. But if he do that, I'm gonna have to get with him. But it's something that a lot of women I see on social media do for a while. That was just like matching energies. Oh, I'm gonna match that energy. Don't do that. Do not do that. That's horrible. Do not do that. Do not play don't play the energy matching game. Don't play that game. I'm telling you. It's not working. And it's not even at all how this works. If I have peace of me, what I'm getting on your level, what you want, gang? Like I said, what you want? I'm not on that, right? So I say all that to say because it's a different matter to possess love than to being made one with it. Everybody have have it in you, have love within you. But how many become one with that love? How many become the love? They allow certain things to rub against it and bleed a little bit of it out through things outside of themselves, but they don't find it within themselves to always have it. So even if your partner walk away, even if your friends stop messing with you, even if the world don't think you the best no more, it's like it can't rob you of these things that you brought to the world. I brought happiness, peace, and love to my relationship. And if there was a need to have to leave that relationship for whatever reason, or the other person felt the need that they wouldn't own that, they can't take what I bought too. I bought it with me. It's me. You see. People may think that, yeah, but I want to read to you, if you go to those who like to follow along and kind of see what I'm saying, like word for word, go to Matthew's, the 10th chapter, 34 through 36. But I'm going to sum it up what is being said there and explain it. How this all go to self-care and mental health. It says in there, basically summing it up, this was supposed to be a text coming from Jesus. He said, basically, people may think that I come to bring peace to the world. So I'm making it clear. It's in red for those who have that Bible to show when Jesus talking. It's in red. It's in red, letting you know it's coming from his mouth, saying what? They do not know I have come to sow division upon them. I ain't come to make no peace. I came with a sword. Who you know pulling out a gun talking about they here for peace? Who you know putting it like, no sir. There ain't nothing peaceful finna go down. Now, it may be in the name of the result ending up being in peace, but what's finna go down ain't nothing peaceful about it. That's basically what's being said here. It said the fire, I come by fire, sword, war. Did I sound like peace? And when there are 5 in the house, 3 will be against 2, 2 against 3, father against son, son against father, etc., etc. We got 5 senses. A house is a temple. Temple is a house. A body is a temple, right? So this is our house that the true version of ourselves dwells, having this human experience. 5 in the house. Taste, sight, hear, smell. What am I missing? Taste, touch, hear, smell. Why am I missing one of them? I lost my train of thought on that. But the whole point is, you know your 5 senses, right? Ain't nobody got to tell you 5 senses. It's talking about the 5 senses of the house, of the body, right? At war with itself. And the only way to find peace within yourself, within your house, because that's the only true peace, is in you. Your war, your fire, your sword is not out. It's not going out here in these streets protesting and setting fire and knocking over people and that's not what. No, it's inside. All this is mental, folks. All this is spiritual, mental matters. Tend to your house, and everything else outside will be taken care of. So Christ brings us peace. What most people would say, well, no, Christ brings peace. Don't look at this from a metaphysical standpoint. Okay? Metaphysically, let's say that Christ represents a state of mind. Everything that you've known about Jesus Christ or heard about Jesus Christ, let's say it just all his doings and miracles, all of this stuff, his whole life lived. Let's just say it was a symbolic, he was just a character representing a state of mind that was the true lesson. That you can be that Jesus, that Jesus is in you, that state of mind, right? That you can have that peace, that you can bring peace amongst yourself, right? And let's say that Christ represents the ideal version of yourself, right? But it's not exhilaration. It's not some sort of sedative that you can just go cop off of a drug dealer. You can't eat shrooms. You don't need to eat shrooms for this peace. You don't need to take LSD or DMT for this. This is a sort of peace that it's already in you. It's already in you. You have to unleash it, and you'll take that same trip as if you're on shrooms. You're going to take the same trip as if you're on DMT. All of that. Peace is you got to understand what peace is before you start feeling like it's deciding whether you can have it or not. Let's keep it. I'm not going to assume just because you're an adult and you graduated high school or whatever have you, that you've been living this long, that we're on the same page when I say certain things. So without assuming, I'm going to break down what peace is. Just the definition of it that I took out. Peace is being free of disturbance and agitation. Like I said, I like to watch them old and medieval shows, stuff like Lord of the Rings and the Game of Thrones, and I love that. The House of Dragon, the Dragon House, whatever. I always mixed it up when I go searching for it, but I love that old stuff, right? And there's one called The Last Kingdom, and in there, I notice a lot of times when the Lord, the King, or one of the lords of the land want to be alone, they say, leave me at peace. They say, go, leave me at peace. What are they saying really? Leave me free of disturbance. Leave me free of agitation. I don't want to be aggravated right now. I don't want to be disturbed right now. Go on. And usually a result of that is isolation. I want all distractions, noise, and people that is not on what I'm on right now. Get away, right? So if we talking mental and we talking self-care and we talking spiritual matters, we talking metaphysical, I can go within myself and be at peace, free of disturbance, free of thought. You turn that thinking off when you meditate. You go within yourself. No more thinking. Close the thinking off. Go into that place and be at peace. It's the fundamental serenity of being independent of good external conditions. Well, I don't have to rely on being in a peaceful place to be peaceful. I don't have to rely on being with, only way I have peace. Not saying you want to go find a chaotic place. Not saying you want to be with somebody who's dramatic or with drama all the time. I'm just saying I don't go or necessarily have to rely on someone else's peace. Anything outside of myself, I don't have to go, well, in order for me to continue to have the peace that I have, that I think I have, or for me to gain peace from this drama relationships I'm used to having, I gotta go find me a peaceful woman. Give me a peaceful woman, you'll see a man of peace. Or give me a peaceful man, you see a woman of peace. You know what I mean? Or you say, I want to get away from the hood and the violence, and I just want to go somewhere. I got to go live in a peaceful neighborhood. That's what I got to do, right? You find me a quiet, peaceful neighborhood, you find yourself, I'll fit right in, man. Peaceful. I don't rely on that. You should never have to rely on that, because that's not true peace. You must be in the pieces independent of good external conditions. Doesn't matter what the conditions are outside of you. It's in here. It's everywhere I go. I take it with me. It is me. That's why I say I don't believe people, these women that say, and I'm not making it a relationship conversation, but I'm just saying I just don't believe them when I used to hear them say all the time, oh, what they say, I'm submissive to a man that deserves to be, submitted to. You make me feel like a woman or feminine, then I'm going to be submissive. That make no sense. Either you are or you aren't. Like my trucker friend said, well, he's not a trucker, he got hit by a truck, that's crazy. But like the guy said, you either are or you aren't. It's like when I turn this off, I'm gonna stop being Quill. That's who I am. Stop being me. I'm just not on camera no more. So it's hard to believe, oh, you just turn this on and turn this off, because that you don't have it for real then. Because you ain't no turning it off. This is you can't turn you off. You just you every day. You might could turn you down or up, but it don't go away like that. You see. I say all that to say this. It takes fire. It takes sword. It takes war. It takes the experience of purification. It takes discrimination. It takes war. To awaken us from this delusional sense of security. Again, when somebody waking you, trying to wake somebody up, let's say a house on fire, and you're trying to save somebody, but they're too heavy for you to carry. Say a woman trying to save this man 240 pounds, this little woman 123 pounds, soaking wet, trying to wake him, he's asleep. She can't drag that big man out of that house. She got to wake him up. That's her best hope. If nobody else is coming to help, she's got to try and wake him up so he can carry himself out of this burning house. So she can't tap him lightly. He a big man anyway. Psst, hey, psst, psst. She got to shake. Might have to slap him. You know what I mean? Get up. The house on fire. You know what I mean? Get up. And in that situation, it's relating to what I mean, what's happening here mentally, what's happening here spiritually. You are not going to achieve peace by simply appeasing others, by simply catering to the softer things. That's just like trying to fix money issues with more money. Right? When I say that, what I mean, it's going to take some shaking. You sleep. You in a deep sleep. And the house on fire. We don't have no time to be cute. We don't have no time to be nice. It's going to be war. It's going to be swords. It's going to be fire. But all these things is going to cause it to go down now. Somebody put some fire behind your behind. You not being still. You going to move. Somebody poke you with a sword. You moving. Somebody say war, and you hear guns and bombs going off. You're not finna be chilling. That's what it takes to unleash, to unravel, to wake up the peace that is in you already. But you must go through that first. This will lead us to peace. The war, the sword, the fire. And then once you get this peace, that peace from within, nobody, baby, nobody can take it from you. Isn't that wealth? To know that I can hang on to a good feeling no matter I got sunshine on a rainy day. Isn't that a good feeling? To know that I can go outside and say, I'm going to have a wonderful day. This is going to be an amazing day, a very productive day. One of the best days I had this week. And really have it. And it doesn't matter if you're having the worst day ever and you try to curse me out and you try to get me on your level and it just doesn't work because I got it here. I decided already what it's going to be. Nobody can take it after that. That's why it's so important to get this together. And once this together, man, nobody can control your life, man. You don't hand over the control to nobody. When this is stable, mental care, prioritize self-care. And I'm talking mutual support is a huge part of that as well, right? I'm talking mutual support within a community can be very vital. That's why it's so important for us here on these on social media out here, man. Like, let's start creating communities, at least with other, because that's what I'm on, where we're being supportive to the well-being, the mental wellness of people. It's okay to laugh and have fun. It's okay to have a good time, but it shouldn't be at the expense of somebody's mental well-being. That's just not okay, right? And we can create a rippling effect of positivity by being supportive as a community on here and sharing our stories and being heartwarming and open and like real with one another. That's real life. See, when you're in harmony with the uncreated principle of all that is, then indeed all things seem to serve you. When you at one, when you at a stable mind, when you done took care of self, when you done prioritized, it's just seemed like everything you do just turns out to be of service to you. When you operating on that level, when you've created that mental wellness and stability, life will be of service to you. Life will be happening for you, not to you. There's a real support from all elements of nature in that, and when you get that wellness going, when you prioritize the self. This is paradise. Stop letting people sell you this dream that once you dead and floating off into the abyss somewhere, that's supposed to be something. No. Paradise is wherever you are, or hell is wherever you are, just depending on the way you view it. Kafka said that paradise is still here. It is who we... Paradise is still here on earth. Because we still here on earth. Wherever we are, paradise or hell dwells. We have the key to that. You get what I'm saying? Heaven on earth or hell on earth. It all depends on how you want to view it. How you want to go about it. How you want it. It's still here. It is we who have been thrown out of it. We've been thrown out of it here. We've been trying to get back in it through here and here and here and here. But we've been thrown out from here. Once we get back in, once we rediscover it here, it begins to work here and reflect here. You see, there's still good people out here. There's still good men out here, women. There's still good women out here, fellas, who are beautiful as well. And I emphasize on that because it's some kind of weird vibe going on there. We're not even going. That's another time. I'm not going to get into that. The whole point is they're still out here, right? There's still people living their purpose. And the crazy part about it is those who live in their purpose, you got to ask yourself, it's weird to you It's irresponsible to you. It's unrealistic to you. It's 1 in a million to you. That's how far you are away from your own. You got to get this right. When all that is weird or far-fetched or unusual, that's a problem. Hmm? There's still peaceful places in the world with next to almost no crime. Places in the world like in Africa, there's in this country, forgot the name of the country, but this is a small country over there that literally I saw where a guy was documenting there. They had like a money exchange where you can go in there and exchange your foreign money to their country money, and they have it on a table, just sitting on a table in a market where everybody's shopping and walking around this little open market, and they don't have any security. They don't have nobody there standing there with AKs and Draco. They don't have no fence around it. They don't have no. It's no security, bro. It's literally the wind could take it if it wants. It's just sitting on the table, stacks of money, and nobody tries to steal it. There are places like that still exist in the world, but the last thing you need to do is be worrying about the physical aspects of peace until you find it within yourself by having mental stability first. And then you will find yourself drawn and connected to places like that and see it to be true. That just like you, it's out here as well. You know what I mean? Now you will gravitate towards these conditions once you found your mental peace. Okay? So don't even worry about looking for it right now. Just go within yourself, and trust me, all them things are just going to start popping out. I want to encourage you all today to support each other's mental health journeys. Please. Each one reach one. Share this with somebody. Take it in yourself. It's so important, guys. That's what I do. My whole mixtape, MOM, Mind Over Matter. That's what it's about, man. Mental health, awareness, mind over matter. Mind first over the physical aspects of things, and then you live the best life you could live. Right? And, we complain about people, pretending to be what they're not on social media. But when someone keep it real, people shame them. My mom watches these lives on Facebook with these, content creators, and they be on here giving it the real, man, telling people their real stories about their cousin and family and the stuff they're going through, and people, thousands to get on there and watch, hundreds to get on there and watch, but several will get on there and just shame them, talk about them, it's not like a TV show where, you do or you don't read comments about it, or you do or you don't go on social media and see what people think about the show. It's live, man. All people got to do is look at the phone now. You can say they could turn off the comments, but people they dare to connect with you, right? So it's like, you don't got nothing good to say. The best practice is just don't say it at all. Log out, You try to give some good reproof, some mild reproof, then that's different. But like some people just be talking crazy, man. This real people, they sharing real life with you. Last thing we should do is be badgering folks that are being authentic with you. They talk about what they have going on in the background instead of paying attention to what they're saying. Oh, look at that fan on the corner. Look at that. What is that? Why is that spinning like that? Why did he just change location? Where is he at? I heard some banging going on. I heard that. What is it? Stop. It's crazy, man. It says a lot about you. Somebody on here giving you 2 hours a game, and all you think about is what their background look like. You in a type of way where you need to listen to this 2, 3, 4, 5 more times and really figure it out. You might have to start with eating some apples. Okay? Just keeping it real. So let's be supportive in the community. when people are sharing with this, when people are talking about what they are going on, let's appreciate the experience that people are sharing. You know, when y'all share y'all stories in the comments, et cetera, man. Like, let's be appreciative of, the ability to share our stories and support one another, man. There's real life going on out here. There's a time for everything. We can laugh, we can play, we can have, but nobody should ever feel like they can't be themselves, or they can't like connect with people because people are so like socially awkward or disconnected because of social media. You used to talking your trash to a glass phone and then put it down and then go be somebody else. You're not even like that. Let's get back to the old school way of connecting. You know what I mean? If you was there with that person in real life, a lot of y'all wouldn't be doing or saying certain things you say and do. So let's just keep it real like that. Let's be respectful of those sharing their experiences down in the comments, your stories. Feel free to share. Let's be respectful when somebody is being vulnerable. That's not an easy thing to do, bro. And I salute and commend anybody doing that, especially on social media. You got millions of people, billions around the world. Man, all kinds of people out here. But we want to draw the right kind of energy by getting this right. No, we don't got to worry about that, right? We're going to have some people that are who they are, but the majority, we're going to be on the same thing. We want to cut down scamming. We want to cut down the cappuccinos. And I say cappuccinos for people who be capping. We want to cut all that stuff out. Let's start by creating a space where we can share our experiences, where we can share our struggles and our victories as well, man. Like, that's real. So, again, I'm Quell the Music. I'll be updating everyone on some mental health collaborations that are coming up. I work closely with Mr. Aki and the Young Fathers Organization. I spoke there before, but we definitely, I want to get them behind young fathers, making sure they take care of their mental so they can be a better father to the children. Like, it's a trickling effect, man. You know what I mean? So any good fathers that want to be there, get their mind right, get their life together, I'm all for it. We're going to be having some things coming up, some collaborations. I'll keep you guys updated on partnerships. I should be sitting down doing my story with some media outlets. I ain't gonna talk about who or where yet, but I've been having those conversations. We're gonna have my story come out. We're gonna be doing some press release about the music and the work that's going now, and events that I have coming up, shows got coming up. Keep you guys updated. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're seeing this at. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you follow. Make sure that you hit that notification bell if you're watching this on YouTube, because this is how you stay up to date with what's going on in the journey. I appreciate each and every one of you. You can see me on IG as Quell the Music. It's Quell the Music everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. Let's continue to build community support around protecting our mental wellness. MOM, baby. Mind over matter. Let's go.